Hello, all in Too Strong. We decided to address a couple of things today, and we wanted to make sure we get the record clear because what we don't want is misunderstanding. So, we're going to try and remove all misunderstanding by doing a simple project. Now, what we noticed with our last video about a certain creator, that many people took offense where there didn't seem to be any. And if you did take some offense, we apologize for what you may have misunderstood. But at the same time, we also need to let you know that our intent, even spoken and not even inferred, was not to harm anybody's platform. In fact, just like that person has an opinion, so do we. But we checked our comment section, and the comment section seems to be riddled with a misunderstanding of one very particular thing. Well, two, really. One, that being the idea that charges were dropped in Diddy's case. People were telling us that's inaccurate, it's untrue, it's a lie, that never happened. You guys need to stop lying, it didn't happen. And then the second issue was that it seems to be a a thought process, at least from people in the comment section, that Diddy had state charges dropped. I'm not quite sure where that concept came from originally, but it seems that it's been an ongoing theme throughout the comment section on that last video we dropped. So we wanted to do a small little exercise. So before you have a search engine, and I'm going to paste here a question. Were the charges against Diddy dropped? Pretty simple, to direct point. So we're going to click search. Now let's see what comes up. Diddy trial charges, prosecutors ditch kidnapping, another word for drop. Prosecutors and Sean Diddy Combs backtrack. Were several major dropped. Diddy trial update, prosecutors drop multiple charges. Fox 5, pretty big news source. Several charges dropped in Diddy case. Prosecutors drop kidnapping, arson. As you can see, there's a pattern here. They keep mentioning one very specific word, the word drop. So for us, saying that it was dropped is not inaccurate, nor is it a lie. As you can see, we are not the only one. As small as we are, you're talking about people like News Nation, The Source. This is not a one-off. The entire search engine is filled with it. The other thing about it is that his case is a federal case. It is not a state case. Now, if it fails at the federal level, the state can indeed bring back charges and see if it works. But as of now, they cannot drop any state charges because there are no state charges. There are strictly federal things going on right now with Diddy. All the emphasis, everything going on right now as we speak, that trial that we keep talking about is a federal case. If there are any charges being dropped, it would be on the federal level. So if you would please just listen to what we have to say, watch what we just showed you, and if anybody is giving misinformation, it would not be us. The correct terminology for the case files that he is in right now is on a federal level, not a state one. And yes, indeed, the prosecution did decide to drop certain parts of their charges in order to make sure that what they had would go through better. We are not denying that they were trying to streamline, but in their effort to streamline, they did indeed drop certain charges. And it is not bad to admit that that's what happened because it's factual. It is not us making stuff up. It is not us lying. Our thumbnails are not clickbait, and we're not trying to rage people. At some point, honesty has to become the best policy. The facts still remain that the prosecution is a complete and utter failure at their job, and they're doing their best to save face. That's all they're doing. We're going to say this next too, and I know everyone's going to say, like they've been saying in the comment section too, that we're on Diddy's payroll. Trust and believe us, Diddy's money isn't good here, but if we were getting paid by Diddy, we wouldn't be veiling our support. Trust me, a payment from Diddy would have to be pretty substantial, one, but two, if we're getting paid, it'd be worth it because we just say what we got to say, but we're not saying that. We're not being paid. But I will say this, if the prosecution keeps up what they're doing and they keep this up all the way through the end, there could be some very bad repercussions for the victims of Diddy. And I don't mean for them being charged, for them not getting justice. even to the point where some people are already admitting that this could end up being a very, 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 very poor outcome for the prosecution. We're not hoping, wishing, looking forward to that. But again, if somebody is given a chore and they fail at that chore, the only thing we can do from that point is call them out on it. And they did indeed fail. So to recap, as you can see on the screen before you, there are indeed multiple news sources claiming the dropping of charges. If you want to call it removing, same difference. That is not inaccurate. We are correct. Also, as a second point of interest, the charges are federal, not state. They cannot drop a charge that isn't in the place right now. He does not have a state charge against him that being tried, so he cannot get it dropped. The only thing that was dropped was federal. I do hope that what we did clarified some things, at least made things a little bit more honest. That's the word I pick. Because what we don't want is misinformation out there, and to let people know that we're not just willy-nilly throwing stuff out. We are not clickbait. We're not sensationalist. We bring stuff to you that we can tangibly prove to you is out there. So if you want to blame anybody for false news, blame the other 50 news sources that did the same thing. Don't blame us. We are going based on news articles and information we get from the places that these people also got that from. So hope that helped. I hope it clarified some things, and hopefully it gave some people more information to work with so that in your searches, you can know what to look for. And also when you encounter another person saying the same thing, you don't get caught into the trap that some might fall into of saying something that's completely erroneous and make yourself look a little bad. We don't want that. We want all to be informed the proper way, the right way, and to the right information. That's what we're here for. If you still have questions, please feel free to type them down in the comment section below, and hopefully we'll be able to answer them. But again, if what we offer you is not sufficient, so be it.